Welcome to this beautiful Sunday, where we tell you how we feel, and we feel like this.
It's been a fucking week, my nigga. It's been a fucking
Yeah.
week, eh?
I want everybody to know this song by Chance right now, titled Fuck You. That's how I want to feel about every single person that's not on my team right now. Well, it says a lot. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, and if you don't know by now,
Now you know, nigga.
this is the Plain Disrespectful podcast.
Plain disrespectful.
Yeah, brought to you by Grizzy Wynter.
Hey, it's your boy Grizzy Wynter in the spot, you know what I'm saying?
And your boy, Showtime, right?
Shoyan, shut up.
And on Instagram, it's Pretty Boy Shoy. And if you are...
On Instagram, it's Grizzy Wynter. Hold on, let's pause. Let's do the whole thing. On Instagram, it's Grizzy Wynter. On Facebook, it's Grizzy Wynter. On my fucking...
Yo, why are you acting like
my
you're
Twitter,
about to
Grizzy
promote
Wynter.
a mixtape?
I'm about to promote my album, Illuminate comes out at the end of the year. But what I'm about to do is say, if you can't get my fucking name right at this point, and you call Grizzly Wynter, or you stutter step and you can't say my name right, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you and charge you $50 like the little nigga that gave me the inspiration to do so.
Yeah, let's turn off the music. I feel like we kind of created a very aggressive vibe.
Oh yeah,
and to you,
angry black man in the building.
And I feel like, especially with that do-rag on.
Okay, you want to talk about it?
Like again, we say this is the Plain Disrespectful podcast,
Plain Disrespectful,
where we're here to talk shit, where we're here to
shit on your lives, shit on your mamas, shit on your friends, shit on your beliefs, shit on everything that you think that is cool, cause you ain't shit, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, with that start, how you feeling? How you feeling, Grizzy?
Actually, I feel pretty good.
You feel pretty good?
It's been honestly, it's been a mentally draining week. Like where we had like the Jacob Blake thing hit me. I had to see another brother getting shot in the back, shot again. They didn't kill him. They tried, but they didn't. But he's paralyzed now, which that's fucked up. And we're in the same cycle and shit. And on top of that, my nigga, like Friday kind of hit me with a curveball. Like, you know what I'm saying? You a boxer, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're doing good, you dodge a couple shots, all of a sudden you get hit with like the left hook out of nowhere. You don't see it coming. Fucking R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, King of Wakanda. Yo, check the thing that tripped me out too. That made me like really want to do better for myself. I'm trying to turn it the negative into positive. This man had cancer.
But hold on. Let's leave that for later in the podcast, because I feel like we're gonna take a. We want to give him his flowers. We want to give him a whole like kind of segment. Let's kind of hold on that. But
besides that, I've been you know what I mean? It's been a weird week. I felt like I need to do a lot, but I haven't done a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's been kind of less like, you know, one of those, you know, I'll throw this week in the trash. Not for any particular reason. I just throw it in the trash.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on with Showtime? You know what I'm saying? How's that yoga practice going?
I mean, it's going all right, man. It's been a little weird week for me. I mean, I kind of took a week off of training, trying to get my bills paid, trying to get my life right. You know, boxing ain't really paying too much. You know, it has a nigga on.
Nobody can come to fights. That's why.
Exactly, but I spend a little time with my mom up, and the one thing, like, what really irritated me when I went to my mom's house is, like, she got, like, a whole, like, United Nations up in my house, in my old house.
The United Nations, like
she
the
got,
government or the gang?
No, not the gang, but I swear, every time I go into my mom's house, it'd be like World Vision up in there. She'd be helping everybody. She'd be helping the Somalians. She'd be helping. And I'm like,
Auntie G doing that?
Yeah, and I'm like, nigga, we broke. Like, what is with niggas that come from, like, damn near third world countries helping other third world niggas? Like,
Because it's like a relatability thing. It's like you get the
but the
struggle.
thing is, it's like when I see poor people give to charity, it's like watching like the financial like Special Olympics. Like, like I don't like. Yeah, it's cute, but
Oh,
like,
shit.
what are we really watching here? You're not really helping nobody.
Yo, honestly though, like that's so real. I'm like, why are you giving money when you don't have money to get? Like, I get it if it's family, like you know how Jamaicans be. We always be sending money back home, always sending money back home because you gotta send money back home. It's like I think most like third world people come from third world countries do that shit because it's like or whatever. But it's like nigga, I can't be giving all the time. If you're not my family, I'm not like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do what I can, but I don't have the shit. And it seems like every time charity comes in, they pray. Charities like to prey on the fact that if you're poor, you relate to this shit. So we'll give money, and the rich people don't give shit because it's like unless it's like a one. The rich people give one big tax write off a year, and that's about it. We give like fucking 30% of our paycheck like all the time.
I honestly think it's more of a selfish thing.
What are you saying?
The reason why I think it might be because she's trying to bank like she's trying to bank on heaven. So like that's the thing.
She put a down payment on that spot to get through the
Yeah, she's trying to
gates,
get prime seating.
right?
Like that's the only thing I could think of because I mean like we ain't getting that shit in regular life.
Nah,
So you better be like that's the thing. I feel like people from third world countries have to believe in God.
yeah, because if there's nothing after that, then all the shit just suck for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like all that shit, like being a good person, didn't really work out. Like so, it's like you're making It's like making an investment in like again, like a penny stock.
Yo, you know what's funny? If you think about it, what if like demons are really just people who like went to heaven, didn't get to pay off, or like fuck this, I'm gonna be evil next time.
I mean, I would understand. I mean, it wasn't the devil a fallen angel?
Exactly, right? He probably paid a bunch. He probably paid all the way into like a 401k, and then like fucking have that all that shit by like still that shit by like the bank of
And then
Jesus.
the housing crisis happened. He's like,
and
nah,
he's
you
like,
gotta,
yo,
you,
fuck this, I'm out.
it's like you
Y'all
gotta,
won't see me.
yeah,
I'm gonna come back.
it's like you paid for like you thought you were buying a house and then you had to end up sleeping with you had to end up having a room with a bunk bed with a nigga. Right.
A nigga that sweats all the time.
Yeah. And be having like night terrors and like be screaming like, like shut the fuck up. But yeah, no fucking. But what is it? I mean, what's been going on? Fucking.
What's been going on, motherfucker? A lot's been going on. We were just talking about how depressing the world was because we're black people, but we're gonna move past that thing to talk about a young entrepreneur that I admire right now. There's a little dude down in the States, right? I don't know what he's in elementary school. This motherfucker was charging kids like $50 to use the word nigga. Every time they use the word nigga, they would have to pay him $50. This G kid made a G.
Yo, shout out, yo. Let's give this. Yo, honestly, I don't know if we have a soundboard or anything, but I gotta clap for this young man. Clap, 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 clap. You a genius. Honestly, you gonna. I feel like you gonna. Like I'm okay with any black man making money off of our culture.
Gangster? Young gangster?
Yeah.
YH, young hustler?
Yo, honestly, yo, you a prodigy right now.
If you ever rap and shit, I got a name for you. Young King Hustler. YKH.
Yeah, exactly.
YKH. Young King Hustler. Fuck, I really wish I had come up with that when I was you. Just like I could have, like, slapped and extorted money out of motherfuckers for saying it.
I just realized I've been chewing gum for the last 5 minutes.
Yes, you have, you dirty bitch.
I'm sorry. So you're gonna at least hear about 5 minutes of me chewing gum like fucking.
Like a clitoris?
No, like Gerald has to when he breathes because he has these big ass lips, sounding like a camel ass nigga.
Oh, wow, that's so original making fun of these
It's not
lips.
original, but it works. Okay, but anyways,
yeah.
so,
let's talk more about.
I don't know how much it was, but yo, think about making.
He made some bank.
Think about it. If you're 11 years old and you made $1,000, that's pretty much like you sold a brick of cocaine.
Yeah, straight up. At 11, You out here get moving at work, bro.
Bro, come on.
You turned to white. You turned to all these little white little motherfuckers.
Man, I'm trying to invest in, honestly, whatever business that nigga is in, or like he eventually comes in, I'm invested in that nigga.
You know what made me annoyed though? When I thought about it, I've just been giving out these hands for free for niggas, for white people using the word nigga. Like, I feel like now if you say nigga around me, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna slap you, and I'm gonna fucking tax you $50.
No, hold on. Honestly, maybe that should be our reparations, okay? Anytime a white person uses the word nigga, we get like, a check.
No, I want the slap and the check.
Yeah, that doesn't work, nigga.
Nigga, it's to let you know that if I don't get this money right now, you gonna get slapped again.
No, that's not how it works, dude. Like, you can't, like, that does not make them want to sign, like, think about
it doesn't make them, but the fear works, motherfucker. The fear works.
Oh my gosh. See, that's what happens when you put a fucking do-rag on a nigga that has no hair. Okay? That is exactly. He gets way too aggressive. He does not think logically.
Yeah, it's coming from a 5'3" nigga who's got like fucking aggressive written all over his face. Cut out, cut in.
This nigga got way too emotional so quick. He got in full light skin mode. Yo, shit, he is really shit. But I mean, kind of to jump into the next topic. But I was freaking, like, my homie's like super into conspiracy theories, and he sent me some wild ass shit.
What?
And I was like, he sent me something about like some school in, I think, like California is like researching about how being a pedophile is like a sexual orientation.
I don't believe that shit at all. I think that's trash. I think, like, okay, you start off with conspiracy. See, this thing is, out of me, I'm the conspiracy negro. Conspiracy negro. Conspiracy negro. Conspiracy negro.
Yo, what is like what type of accent is that? I still don't.
Don't worry about what's in my cup. It's in my cup.
Okay, my nigga, let's go.
All right. The thing with the conspiracy
Yo, stop doing that voice. Stop.
Okay, the thing about the conspiracy thing, I am completely on board with the whole fuck the child molester theory that it's a sexual orientation. That's bullshit. Fuck that. There's like you know what that is? It's like bullshit. It's like people who are like super progressive, but to the point where it doesn't make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? And the San Diego State University is teaching students that pedophilia may be a sexual orientation.
But let's unpack that. Like, what's going on in San Diego, first of all, where
real
niggas can entertain this idea?
The fact that, like
who's putting money to research this shit?
Pedophiles.
So
honestly,
Hollywood.
bro, like,
so
who else
Hollywood.
would research this shit would be pedos.
Yo, so Hollywood is pretty much funding this?
Whoa. Yo, I'm not allegedly.
It is
It is in California.
Allegedly.
But allegedly, but like the truth of the matter is, like, who else would fund this shit?
Niggas are crazy. Niggas are crazy. Who raised these niggas? Honest, huh? And back to the show.
Back to the show. All right. So we had this question about OnlyFans. We were talking about OnlyFans earlier today.
I mean, fans only.
OnlyFans, motherfucker, get it right. It's OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? I mean, fans only. I mean, it's the same damn thing, pretty much. Who gives a fuck what it's called?
Get right.
Like, do you really care? Yeah.
This nigga said book face? No, it don't sound
Well,
right,
hold
dude.
on, okay? Like, the thing is, I don't, first of all, I just started getting respect for people that are on OnlyFans.
Nigga, just say fans only. I know it hurts you to say OnlyFans.
I don't, see, and it hurts to watch me fucking see you wear that do-rag.
It probably also hurts for you to try and reach up to try and touch the top of the fridge, but we're not going to touch that. That was good? Whatever, all right. It wasn't. Look.
Shit.
OnlyFans.
Back to the OnlyFans, so.
Yeah. So back to OnlyFans. Yeah, so there's a whole big controversy about the Bella Thorne situation. How she She basically came on to get a bag and then fucked everybody else on the way out.
Losers.
And so what she had done basically, she promised to have all this like extra content on that bitch. Didn't come out and actually didn't put any of that on there. All the people who subscribed, which were like about 2 million people in under 24 hours or something, like a good chunk of them, I demanded their money back, which then forced OnlyFans to then only switch the rules to only pay about all payout at the end of the month, and you're only allowed to get tipped up to $100, which then fucked over a lot of the sex workers on OnlyFans because instead of getting paid out weekly, now the whole system changed and some of them got to pay rent, they got kids, whatever. You know the situation how it be, and it's like weird, and that idea of like having like a bigger person come into a platform and not understanding the platform and the use of the platform, and then like ruining it for everybody else. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you go to a club, it's like a club you really love going to and shit, and then someone has to get stabbed outside, and then you can't, the club ain't the same, they got all these different rules and shit, and then all of a sudden it's on hip hop night, they're playing like fucking techno on Saturdays and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like that. It's like somebody gotta come fuck it up for the rest of us.
Man, honestly, I just think everyone's fucking. Y'all niggas that are on this fans only shit, y'all complain, bro. Like, y'all just fucking complain. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, you really tell me how many realistically, my nigga, were on a readily basis getting tipped more than $100? Like, listen, how many?
Yo.
Do you know one person that would be tipping a girl?
I don't really know any simps like that, so not really.
Okay, so you know,
you know simps like that?
So I'm saying, there's people out there.
Oh yeah, straight up. If you're way on work and shit, and like, say like that makes sense. If you're like working in the oil fields or something, like camp, there's nobody around. You want to see some titties or something. You want to talk to a girl that you get OnlyFans just to have that conversation and shit because you lonely.
Yeah, I understand getting the fans only, but tipping her at $100, over $100. Let's be honest.
Some motherfuckers be really lonely, nigga.
Yeah, okay, I understand. No, I understand.
Yeah.
But think about this: by subscribing to her, you get the service already. The tip is the addition.
You know what tipping does? It like ensures that she's always interacting with you. So you're always having you have that connection with somebody.
Y'all motherfuckers really are stretching, bro. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, a good example of this is like all these bitch ass niggas in Vancouver, right?
Why? Well, there's bitch niggas everywhere.
There's bitch niggas everywhere. I'm just saying the culture of the men, a lot of dudes out here is they always have to. Because I've heard this from like different women. It's like dudes out here.
Because this nigga right here, he speaks to all the bitches. Like, so he has a very great insight. All the whole bitches like, ring, ring, ring. Yes, I'm here to serve.
Whoa. Ain't no house niggas in this house. Nigga, shut up. You out here looking like tire tracks. Fuck you mean here to serve, motherfucker?
Oh, my nigga. Really? Okay. Well, that was a good one. I'll let you have that one because right now I feel like you're really irritated, like a bitch with a yeast infection.
Nigga, your whole face looks like a herpes sore.
My nigga, first of all, no, it does not. Okay, first of all, my skin is pretty smooth, my nigga. First of all, and
you look like you're 12.
My nigga, you
with a beard and shit.
I look like I'm 12, my nigga, and fucking. You got a fucking dental plan as cheap as a fucking 12-year-old.
Yeah, that one was okay, but I'm gonna go back to the subject. What I was saying was, I think like the idea of like the tipping thing, I can see how it would impact somebody, especially if they're used to making that kind of money. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, as a server, like if you've ever been a server or worked as a server, like you kind of rely more on tips.
Yeah, that's stupid. A tip is an addition to the service. The people that depend on tips, you're stupid. If you really depend on tips, like if you are allocating, if you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna get this, so I'm gonna budget for that. You're stupid.
I'm not saying it's a bad one. It's like obviously the subscription is like it's basically like your paycheck, right? and then your tips is basically what you use during the week, so you don't have to go into your paycheck.
I understand how it's. I understand. I've worked in restaurants. I understand how fucking tipping
So
works.
why is it stupid that they're mad that the tipping is fucked up now?
It's not fucked up. Pretty much what happened with the business is the bitch showed fucking there was a flaw in their business, so they changed their business model. Like it would have happened with her or somebody else. Like people act like want to blame everybody. They want the least path of resistance. Like they want the easiest way to get the money. They want the easiest way to find their hub. Like they make it like they complain about fucking Tinder about it's so hard to find somebody. Like first of all, with the Tinder shit, it's like most people on Tinder now are trying to find the love of their life. Right?
Yeah, that's stupid as shit.
The person that they're trying to be with, for the rest of their life. It's not supposed to be easy, bitch.
You know, like, I'm sorry, but the whole idea of trying to find the love of your life on Tinder is, like, hilarious in itself. You're using an app that's specifically made to fuck your way into love?
I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, we can. I'm into living lives. I love living in the Matrix. I love it.
I love how you're like, I love it, and then you out here fucking girls like it's 1920.
Oh yeah. I mean, what do you mean by like fucking girls like in 1920?
All right, so we were talking about like the styles of sex, right? Bonus feature. This is for the Patreon. We were talking about like how Shoy likes to. He's like a regular. He doesn't anything like different or exciting, and I'm like a nasty nigga.
I don't like to think of myself as a regular nigga. I like to think of myself as a purist.
This nigga's reliable. He's dependable.
Bro, honestly, if I was
dependable fuck.
Wait, hold on. If you were to if my sex game was a basketball player, it'd be Tim Duncan. Okay, very boring, but gets the job done. Gets a lot of bank shots. You know, doesn't fucking.
This is a terrible ad for your dating life.
Hey, hold on.
It's gonna be boring, but it's gonna get the job done every time.
Exactly, yo. Hey, Tim Duncan won five championships and got an MVP. He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna disrespect
Exactly.
But like, nigga, I don't tune in to the Heat and to the Heat versus the Spurs to see Tim Duncan. I'm watching LeBron. Nobody watches Tim Duncan. We know he's good, but like we're not the one we're not paying to see him.
But again,
right?
I'm not here to have the lights and cameras on me. I'm not trying to be the best nigga in the game. I'm trying to get. I look at sex like a job. I'm trying to complete the mission.
I look at sex like a sport. Like, it's gonna get messy.
Okay,
it's
hold
gonna
on.
go. You have to play the game, yo. You gotta play the game.
Who would you rather be, Tim Duncan or Carmelo Anthony? One has 5 rings and a league MVP. One has no rings, and but he shot a lot. He got a lot of points.
That's all.
How is it debatable? Like, at the end of the day, rings. Like every bitch loves rings.
Damn, that's true.
Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
So this is for the ladies in the audience. If you're ready to get ringed out, if you're ready to get those championship rings, prepare for a very boring next couple years.
Hey, like I said, I'll get the job done. I'll make you say but like if you're looking for some
after
like,
a while,
tricks,
it's gonna be.
No, like if you're looking for some fucking tricks or whatever, you're expecting me to do some some backflips or show you some new moves. I'm probably not. I'm gonna do the same moves that you normally did, but I'm just gonna do them perfectly.
Yeah, see, that's a pretty good endorsement. I'm gonna do the opposite of everything you just said, and you can expect tricks, backflips, and a whole bunch of nasty shit.
Yeah, but also know that if you're gonna do those tricks, like this nigga doesn't stretch, so I don't know how long that's gonna last.
Nigga, I've been stretching for a while now, nigga. I'm good.
I don't know if you have, my nigga. I've worked out with you. Like you never stretch. I feel like a nigga like you that fucking I be trying the most nastiest, creative shit. Like, stretching should be part of your foreplay.
Nigga, you don't understand, nigga. I go Super Saiyan in this bitch, dog.
Exactly.
You don't understand?
So you should probably. Like your foreplay should be probably at least an hour because you got to stretch for at least 20 minutes.
Nigga, ain't it? Oh, you stretch for 20 minutes. Stretching her out for 20 minutes. Hurt me.
Bam, bam, bam.
Hey, bonus content.
Almost had one episode last time. We're getting better.
We're getting better. One day we will not talk about sex. One episode.
We'll try. We'll try our best.
Let's be honest though. What's better? What's better than talking about females? Think about this. Think about if you knew you could get Rihanna being the brokest motherfucker alive. Would you care a little less?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
I'm saying women make money way more valuable to me.
That's true. Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry, it sucks, but
you want to play the game. You gotta get that.
I'm loving it.
You want to play the game. You gotta get that tax bracket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but let's. Talking about money.
About games.
Let's talk about because we just started getting into the podcast game. The man, the legend, the myth, Joe Budden is leaving Spotify. I know that's a big man team.
I don't blame him for doing that though. Spotify, if you really think about it, is a really shit platform for anybody who creates.
Why?
Because you don't get Spotify of all the platforms doesn't pay you out at all. Like you get paid in cents. Fractions of cents. See? Yeah. So it's like, so you could be like Joe Budden and have like millions of listeners on his podcast and only be making like a couple G's essentially.
No, but his is a little different, right? Like he has an exclusive deal. So his bag's a little different than ours.
But
like
if you really think about it, like, but if you think about it though, like, if they're willing to just not pay out people just based on just putting like their deals for whatever their situations with actual like people could be just as shitty. Like a company with that kind of like undervaluing of the people who create for them. I don't really see them like giving him like a top notch deal because they're not giving anybody else an opportunity to make money.
What do you mean? I mean, like people are like, there's a lot of people that are getting bags from. I'm like, look at Joe Rogan. He got a ridiculous bag.
Joe Rogan's been in everything, bro. Like,
what do you mean he's been in everything?
Okay, compare the career of Joe Rogan to Joe Budden. Like Joe Rogan obviously would make more from. Joe Rogan was on fucking what was that show?
Fear Factor.
No, the one before that. News Radio.
Yeah.
Then Fear Factor. Then he announcer for UFC. He started his own podcast. He has his own stand-up shits and whatever. Joe Budden was a rapper. Has been like was like a TV reality show celebrity, and then he started a podcast.
No, he started the podcast before he was on the reality show.
Even still, like compare those three to all Joe Rogan's like 6
So you're pretty much like confirming that he should get a bigger bag then. He should get a bigger bag than Joe Budden.
Yeah.
He's pretty much getting what he deserves.
I think Joe Budden will be eventually like get up to the place where Joe Rogan is, but it's not, or close to that, but it's not right now. He's got, because Budden's got like what? He's got the podcast, he's got State of the Union. He used to have Everyday Struggle, which never was the same after he left, right?
I mean, it wasn't his.
It wasn't his, right? But like, he's getting up there. Like I understand, but I'm not saying I don't understand why he's not leaving. Just based off like how Spotify is built up as a company.
But the nigga could like the thing is like
you could get
this nigga is always like why is this nigga always in bad deals? Like he's always he always signs a deal and then he always complains about it. Like when do you put blame on the person? He's all like every deal he's ever had pretty much he's complained. He complained about his situation when he was with Slaughterhouse. He complained about his position with Complex. Like get somebody to get you a deal that you can be happy with before the deal is done. Like, don't complain about the deal. Don't complain about how shitty your deal is before the deal is done. Like, I mean, before the time period is done. Like, you signed up for that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of agree with you on that. I think part of that is like I think it's a money over substance thing. It's like he wants a certain amount when he wants it, kind of thing. That's like most people do. And then he gets that when he needs it, and then he realizes it's not going to be good for him long term. And then it's like, oh, I want more, but he already signed the paperwork, kind of thing.
Then that's when you know.
That onus is on him for personal responsibility.
Then you need to shut the fuck up and work up and wait till your deal is done. Like, you can't like I hate that fact. Like, when motherfuckers.
We know what we were talking about that when I really thought I was like Wheezy, like the cash money situation he was in for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he signed that deal.
That's a little different.
It's a little different, but it's
significantly different, actually.
I'm saying that the idea of like people not understanding their worth, they're understanding their worth after the fact and not valuing themselves before, and then signing contracts that don't that won't respect themselves. Are you chewing fucking gum again?
No, relax, my nigga. I was thinking about it. But anyways, I mean, like, honestly, the only reason why I bring Joe Budden up, it's rich niggas talk.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to manifest me being a rich ass nigga.
So you can complain about some deals?
Exactly. I'm trying
to. I want to complain about some shit.
Yeah, I want to be complain about making. Shit! Instead of getting instead of getting 10 million, I deserve like 20. I want to be able to say that type of shit. So
yeah, straight up, you build out leverage.
Rich nigga problems, I need them. I want them.
We'll be back after this. Welcome. Have you missed the vast outdoors? Have you wanted to see scenery you've never seen before? If you go to the Yukon, you will see everything and more.
That's one trash ad.
I am trying. Do you not see me trying?
Nobody wants to go to the Yukon. This is how you tell them to go to the Yukon, okay? Hey, you want to fucking see military bases? You want to see some shit that no one gives a fuck about? Come to the Yukon. We don't have too much people. We have a couple polar bears and some penguins. Calm down.
If you check it out now, we'll have one little angry Negro yelling at you not to come.
I will never go to the Yukon. That don't even sound like it's in a black man's lexicon.
All right, let's talk about the boycott.
Yeah.
The NBA is out here trying to make moves for black people. You know what I'm saying?
So the NBA this week had a couple games that were postponed.
Yeah, were we supposed to watch the Toronto and the Boston game, and then they canceled that shit?
Yeah, they canceled it. They postponed it because due to
Jacob Blake.
I mean, don't worry. I mean, there's so many niggas that die. I mean, the names are interchangeable now. I know that's rough, right? But that's a life of a black man.
Yeah,
like,
it's
honestly,
just always rough.
I might as well change my name to Jacob Blake. There's no difference, pretty much.
I know. I think at this point we're all just waiting to get shot at some point and be like, "Hey, I got it."
But you know what my real problems with this shit is though is so many people just posting it. Like the video, that shit's fucking traumatizing. Bruh, I don't want to.
I can't. I actually deleted Facebook. Oh, because I just don't want to keep seeing. Facebook is like the most toxic, fucking like app I've ever seen. Like, it's just all this bullshit about like people's opinions I don't give a fuck about. I'm saying opinion I'm angry about. All this misinformation about shit. Everybody's fighting over some bullshit. I just deleted the bitch. I was like,
so what's the difference between Instagram and Facebook when Facebook owns Instagram?
I think Facebook is because like Instagram, it's like people are posting. It's like who you choose to follow. It's like a highlight reel of people's things. Whereas like if you get Facebook, people just think that's where your opinion matters.
I mean, you said you can choose your friends.
Yeah, but okay. But you know how most people our age have had Facebook for more than 10 years at this point, right? So there's people on your Facebook that you have met in passing that you haven't really hung out with and shit. So your Facebook is overloaded with a bunch of people, and then now everybody should define it. So all these people's fucking spew out the fuck they think about this thing and that thing, and I'm like, you understand? If not as an artist, as a black person, if you're trying to tell me how the fuck I should feel about black shit, I'm gonna want to punch you in the fucking throat.
Man, honestly, I think all of us, to be honest, all of us the same. I mean, like I just keep my shit, my filter really strong. I do a cleanse about like every freaking
Except before the podcast.
yeah, except before the podcast, like every couple of weeks, I just cleanse my Facebook and my Instagram, and I have a three post or three comment rule. If I see, it doesn't even have to be me. If I see you post something that I really don't fuck with, three times in a row, you out. I don't care. You could be there's cousins, there's family members I legitly have deleted
Oh yeah,
and
same
fucking
here.
I dispose of niggas conveniently.
Oh
I do
yeah.
not give no fucks. Like
I'm
there,
out there throwing niggas in the trash and yelling Kobe.
ex- no, exactly. But I mean, to the back to the NBA lockout.
The boycott, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, I think it's really good. I
I support. I don't think they're doing it wrong. I don't like the thing of like it being so short because like we're boycotting and then like LeBron is playing today. It's like, bro, like what the fuck? Like what is for postponing a game for a couple days gonna do anything? You know what I mean?
My nigga, honestly, I'm okay with it because at the end of the day, they're doing just as much, if not more, than we are. Like, I love how we expect these niggas to do like some Malcolm X type of shit.
I don't know. I actually didn't expect anything from any. Like, I don't expect anything from anybody. I'm just saying, like, the idea of doing it if you're gonna do it, and then like do it until like some shit's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, let's be honest, the change that we're asking for
It's not
is gonna take a long ass time.
Yeah, so there's gonna be
And
a lot of
niggas got bills.
True.
Like, example, how many times have you went to your job, your boss talked some shit to you, and you're like, fuck this nigga. If I had money, I'd leave this job. But you still go and go, yes, okay, fuck you, but I'm gonna try to look for a new job. Until I find a new job, I'm gonna fucking just do my work and shut the fuck up.
Do you think that's what it's like? Like the NBA owners are kind of just like, yo, like you need to play, kind of thing.
No, what's gonna happen is like people don't like a lot of people like don't understand about the NBA. It's like they're gonna the NBA by them not playing, they lose all this revenue, right? Players get half of the revenue, right?
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen is the next season or the season after, because their deal's almost done, is there's gonna be less money in the pot. The owners need a certain amount of money to keep them happy, right? So then they're like, okay, well, you guys processed it, you did all that type of stuff. So there's less money in the pot. So now, instead of the salary cap being like up here,
It's gonna be like
say like
that.
170, like say like it's 150 million, it's gonna be maybe half of that. And then guess who's gonna get most of that? The top players are gonna get theirs. So instead of getting paid like say 30 million, 40 million a year, okay, you're only gonna get maybe paid 10. And then say that bench player that's like the 12th man on the team, he might be able to usually get say like $500,000. He might only get now $75,000. So that's also what you got to think of. And how many people right now could say that if I told you, okay, if you go to a protest, the next protest you go to, you have a good chance of like losing about more than like 200% of your freaking your pay would actually do it.
True that.
Right? So like that's the thing. Niggas are gambling a lot. Like let's not act like even though they make a lot of money, they're also losing money. Right? So like I think we just like I'm it's like the ones
It's
the
unprecedented.
yeah, it's like this is like we're watching history in the making right now.
Oh yeah, we're living through something that's gonna be told in like in yearbooks like in years to come for real. Okay, like this the COVID though, like getting the COVID thing. Like I understand why it like in America it's such a bigger so much of a bigger like issue with the COVID thing because it's so rampant. It's like literally just it's happening so often and they're really not doing shit about it because we all see what's happening. I think it's just like this year in general is gonna go down as the most unbalanced and like unpredictable time in like human history. Because like the world got flipped on its head. Racism, yeah, yeah, exactly. So we're living in like a very uncertain period of time, and like I feel like no matter what they would like, and I feel like a lot has to do with like the person who's leading the league or leading the players in the NBA right now, because it's LeBron, and LeBron has always had that stance that he's gonna try and like do for the community, do for his people and shit. Yeah, so like I'm not surprised he did it. I'm just it's a lot. It's not it's so crazy to think that this is happening right now, but I'm happy that they're doing it, even despite the COVID thing, right?
But I mean, he wasn't the one that started it.
No, it wasn't. It was the Milwaukee Bucks because they're like the one who Jacob Blake got killed.
Yeah, in Wisconsin. But I think we're really gonna see a lot of change. Really see.
It's either gonna get really, really good. It's either gonna change, and then change is gonna be like, in the long run, it's gonna be really good for us, or it's gonna be immediately really.
My nigga, can you let me finish? Can you let me finish my thought, my nigga? Or are you just gonna railroad my shit, my nigga? You gonna Kanye West my speech? Like I ain't Taylor Swift. Okay. Anyways,
just let me finish.
But honestly, yeah, a lot of people are into that, and I think what's really like besides the NBA, I think what will really like make a big wave is when if the NFL does it, because
yeah,
the thing about the NFL, the NBA, first of all, is an international sport, right?
Yeah.
NFL is all American, and it brings so much revenue. And we know is the history with America and their football. The NFL generates more money. Yeah, they're the biggest league in the world. Like they made like I think they made like 9 billion or something like that. Like
the NFL makes so much money, it's ridiculous, and it's like, and for years we've all seen and heard how the NFL owners treat like NFL players, especially like black NFL players, and if the NFL follows suit, especially after the whole Kaepernick situation, it's been going on for so long. It's like, what does that say? Because it's like even now you can see like Roger Goodell like going on interviews and talking about how they fucked up and this and that. But I'm like, at this point, do you really believe them, even if they say that shit? You know what I mean?
the thing about it, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, to be honest, let's keep it 100.
Keep it 100 then.
No nigga's gonna believe it until it happens.
Exactly.
Like, we've done way too much has happened for us to believe it. Like until it gets done, that's what we're gonna believe. Like through this whole process, through this whole like, because like there's so much trauma involved. We're never gonna believe until like we get to the goal.
Exactly.
So I definitely think that if the NFL follows suit, it'll be fire. But you know what I found kind of, I guess, interesting and kind of funny in a little way when I heard that black tennis player boycott.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I forgot about that nigga. Like I was like, you ain't Serena. I was like, oh, there's another black person in tennis.
She's like the highest paid like athlete.
Yeah, female
athlete.
Yeah, I didn't. Like,
which maybe was like, wait, what happened to the Venus and Serena? Then they're done.
I mean, I think she stopped. She's kind of taking care of her daughter, I think.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I don't know. I just every once in a while I just see her in a nice dress with some cakes, and I'm like, God
them
bless.
Yams.
Like, that's what
them yams.
I'm like, huh?
Them yams.
Yo, bro. Honestly, if any time, anywhere, Serena, like you can get it. I don't care if. I don't care if I'm at my auntie's funeral.
Did she marry the dude who like started Reddit?
Huh?
Did she marry the dude who started Reddit?
Yeah. I'm like, bro. I'm like, if you ever need to spice up your marriage, I'm there, bro.
Shoyan side nigga services now open for me.
I will for Serena. Yo, bro, I wouldn't even use that. I'll use that.
Watch Shoyan side. Now I'm gonna do tricks.
Bro, like what's that? What's that shit that they use, like Morse code? I'll be using Morse code. I'm like, just so you know, your man don't know. Give me that booty, booty.
From give me that booty to a fake ass kidnapping, which is a weird segue. So I don't know how to pronounce this model's name. Do you know how to pronounce?
Mystica.
Malika? Mystica?
Mystica.
Mystica.
Yes, it's accurate. Don't worry.
Mystica. Okay.
I know. I see. I have that name in the black lexicon. I mean, I guess you'd be chilling out with the year periods.
The year periods?
Yeah, too long ago where you don't have that. I should definitely. You should be able to say Mystica.
Mystica.
Yeah, I don't know how you did not know that. Like, okay, continue with the.
So she it is I know misguided attempt to raise awareness for what was it? It's like a women's fund or something. She faked a sex trafficking situation on Instagram where she got makeup put on, like she was getting beat up, and guys were holding her, and she was saying like they're forcing me to make videos, and da 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 da, and then like she dropped a video right after that saying like her organization OnlyFans that donate to her OnlyFans, and she was then gonna go to this organization. Yikes!
Is it yikes?
It was like, bro, like I watched it and I was kind of like, it was like, nigga. I mean, if OnlyFans is having a week, they got a bunch of black publicity this week. Like shit.
Is there any? If you think about like this,
I know in 2020, all publicity is good publicity.
Exactly. Like think about this. Like now, like I think fans only is gonna like by this time next year, bro. Watch, you will see your auntie on fans only.
No, we won't. No, we won't. That's
but
no, not no. Stop.
No.
Stop.
You were no.
No, you know what? No, you know what? We're not gonna.
Okay, but
anyway,
Mystica.
No, Mystica. By doing this, it was like watching her do this. I was like, I honestly understood why like some women get outraged at certain movies that like. You remember that show 13 Reasons Why, where like I watched that first season because of all the fucking bullshit, and I can understand why they didn't like how they portrayed like the idea of like suicide and sexual assault because they kind of like made it seem softer than it was. Watching her doing that video where she's like crying and asking for help was like fucking. I was like, holy shit! And then the find out she faked it all. I'm like, bro, this is why like you have motherfuckers like us who say shit like.
Don't put me in the.
You say like you're a victim blamer. You
don't put me into something that I don't even know where you're gonna go, my nigga.
You say
don't put me somewhere where I don't even know where you're gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Cut. We're gonna start again.
Rewind.
What it does is like it makes those like situations makes very cynical people not believe people in their own situations. Yeah, we're crying.
Really? You think that specific that one video?
No, I'm not saying that one video. I'm saying if you're a very cynical person, of general, because you gotta understand we're living in a disinformation age. So everything you see, you can't really trust at this point unless you're seeing it in front of your face. So if you have someone who's faking a sex trafficking situation, and then you have someone who like doesn't believe shit anyway, and then you're like trying to explain to somebody that situation, and they're like, "But this bitch lied about this, so why the fuck should I believe you?"
But hold on, but we're forgetting we are like not like realizing like what her goal was. Like, what if her goal was to get money for this service? I mean, for this thing, and she got a bunch of money.
I get why.
The goal
it's
was
just a
completed.
really badly executed thing to do. Like, it wasn't well thought out. Like, you can't, like, I get why I understand the logic behind it. Like, by staging this thing and then saying you need money for this thing and trying to, like, raise this money in, like, a quick an agency to help whatever, then you can donate it and then reveal the whole thing. It's to show how important it is, but was really badly executed and thought out.
I mean, it's like, think about like this. We're talking about it right now. How many, do you think right now we'd be talking about women trafficking, human trafficking right now if she didn't do that shit? Conversation starter. For me, it kind of puzzles me a lot of times. Like, we want, like, with these crazy things that are happening in the world, whether it be human trafficking, pedophilia, racism. Like we want, like we like to choose how we get the information or how we come to a conclusion. Like if it gets to like me, I don't care how dark. I don't care who gets hurt. I don't care what happens in between as long as we get to that goal. That's just me. Okay? And like if that somehow gets people the money to where that organization now can combat the the human trafficking, I'm good with it. She's a sacrificial lamb.
Okay, you have to understand. Like, okay,
Hold on, my nigga. You need to stop doing that too. You have to understand. I understand a lot of shit, my nigga. Like you're making it seem like I'm a fucking like a sixth grader. Like you trying to teach a nigga something.
sensitive.
Okay, but continue.
The situation is like by like doing that and then showing that like it was all for show, it makes the place that she's trying to raise money for look kind of like sus in a way. Because it's like, well, were you in on this? Like this actually hurts the cause you're trying to help.
So what's the difference between somebody making a movie that does the same thing? It was like, oh, we made this like real life movie about this story that's happening in the world, and we're making people pay money to go watch this movie, and and we're trying to bring light to the situation because this really happens to people.
Okay, but that's okay.
It's still a check. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter where the like.
No, I don't agree with that at all. I think sometimes it matters where the money comes from.
I'm saying, what's the difference? What's the
Okay,
difference between someone making a movie?
so for example, say somebody makes a movie and says like we're doing this movie about this thing, and then all the money from this movie is going to this thing to donate to whatever.
I did not say that.
Okay, but I'm just trying to like, because that's what the money was going for, right? So I'm just making a correlation.
So can you?
So you take this movie to raise awareness. Fine, cool. You use you use an app. You fake a fucking sex trafficking situation by using an app for sex workers that's then supposed to go to relief from women who've been abused, and then don't tell anybody about it, and then kind of make it look like the people who are actually on that app now, for certain girls who are on that app doing that thing, maybe people are questioning like if they're okay or like putting them in situations, right? Like it's not really for.
But you're coming to your own conclusions. That's where your mind goes. Like that's the thing. You can't put that on everybody else.
I'm saying it's certain people might possibly in those situations, but either way, like by using OnlyFans as doing that to do that, it doesn't really look good for the company or the person who's doing it. It makes it seem shady and shit. It does. Like it makes it seem shady. Yes, it raises awareness for this thing, but it's not the same thing as a movie. A movie can wear awareness by the amount of people it touches, by the amount of people it shows. By wearing awareness and then creating a fake situation where it looks like you're being abused or you're being hurt or whatever, and then finding out it's fake.
So isn't a movie a fake situation?
You know a movie's not real when you go into it. When someone makes a post crying for help, you don't know that's fucking real.
Yeah, but I'm saying like like I think it's beneficial because you're trying to create real emotion. Like you're trying to evoke real emotion. Like you want to know how that feels to have that. So and when you make someone feel some type of way, like really deep emotion, that creates people to move on something. Like, have you ever heard the saying, "Facts tell, emotion sells"?
Yeah, but the whole idea of like when you find out that your emotions have been manipulated and you've been lied to, do you not feel betrayed and angry? So that same information that you felt for that person is now turned on its head. Instead, you feel like, yo, fuck you, because you fucking did that to me.
No, I don't like if it's something like serious like that, like where like my eyes are open. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like, okay, you manipulated. But if it was if it was something I didn't recognize, like I said, like whether it be like me, like at one point, example, I used to kind of be homophobic, and then one of my homies that are bisexual, he put me on there. I'm like, and I was like, he kind of like tricked me. He's like, oh, what if I did this and this, or it's like this, and I was like, oh, you actually like that's fucked up that you said that or did that, but I'm like, Now I understand.
But that's like you. You have to like you're also like putting your own on it. You have to see a fucked up kind of way for you to understand.
Like that's what I'm saying. So like you like I feel like with all these causes, you have to come at it at all different type of angles, like the soft way, the hard way, the harsh way. To like because the thing itself is too big for you to come at one angle.
I get different perspectives, but if you do, but like in her situation where she set that up and didn't tell the person of the actual thing she's trying to help, and that's what's happening.
Do you think if she told people that she was doing that, or she made a movie, you think it would have the same effect that it's having
No,
right now?
it wouldn't have the same effect, but there's like different ways of doing things.
But that's what for me, it's all about the effect. I don't like again. I don't.
The effect doesn't okay, but that's not really a good argument. Like,
Well, how is it not a good
because
argument?
it's like you're saying that like you could do something really shitty and have a good message behind it, and it doesn't matter like how fucked up it was for that person as long as it causes an emotional reaction.
No, I did not say that.
But that's essentially
I'm
what
saying
you're saying. The effect is it doesn't matter what you
if
do.
you get the result that you want, it doesn't matter how you got there.
Yes,
That's what I'm
does.
saying.
It matters. The road you take to somewhere matters how you get there.
To who? To you. I'm saying, for me, I look at it as like win or lose. At the end of the day, I don't like. Example, you could have the greatest intentions. You could have the greatest intentions, but if you didn't get to your goal, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so then you're a boxer, right? If you're in a boxing match and then you fucking cheat to win, do you?
What's cheating?
Like you put something on your gloves to blind the guy and then he can't see and then you knock.
It happens. Like no, like
That's
it happens all the time.
So you would
Yeah.
take that win. You'd feel fine with that win.
Yeah, because it happens. Like one of the first things you learn in boxing is the little cheeky cheat ways to do it. Like everybody does. Example, like even like with basketball, like when I learned like pulling on people's jerseys or like maybe like hitting them in the hit it like when you're trying to box them out. Maybe like hitting them in the knees or whatever. Everybody does it. From Michael Jordan, all these guys. Like so, I'm okay with it. Floyd Mayweather sometimes he uses his forearm and puts it to the person's like neck, and then like if the referee doesn't do anything, he'll hit him. Yeah, I'm okay. It's for me. It's all about the win, especially when it comes to like human like human trafficking, like racism. Like example, like if you told me like right now like to completely stop racism, we would have to kill about say 300,000 people, right? Like if you told me that's what would cure racism, I would accept that. I'd be okay with that.
I don't know, bro.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's all about the goal. Like you can have the greatest intentions. Like I know so many people that have the greatest intentions with shit, but they don't get there. And that's the thing. It's like nobody cares about like when it comes in the grand scheme of things in history. Like 100 years from now, no one's gonna be like, oh well, this guy tried to cure cancer, well, but he didn't do it. But if the motherfucker that cured cancer, but say he might have tested on he might have done a bunch of animal testing and killed like 1,000 rabbits, people are not gonna give a fuck. Right? So like again, I'm not saying that my opinion is right. I'm just saying how I think. I'm all about where like what's the goal and then getting there. I don't like the in between stuff. That's all fluff.
So then, I don't know about like I get your idea, but I think it does matter honestly because it's like that's like saying like it is an extreme. It's like saying all the people that the Nazis killed in the name of science was worth it because we got cures out of it.
But but that's not my goal. I'm looking at the person's goal. Okay, like I'm saying, for them, for the Nazis, it was worth it. Like they got what they wanted. But I'm saying, from example, if my goal is say example to cure, like if her goal is to get money or millions of dollars money to human trafficking fund, and that's what it did, no matter how harsh it was, that's what like she did her goal. I'm not saying like every situation is different, but I'm saying whatever your goal is, like say if your goal is to be the greatest rapper in the world, right? What's that saying? whatever it takes. Do it by any means necessary. Boom. You gotta find what that means. What necessary, like what you had to do to necessary.
What sacrifices you're willing to make?
And that's how like I see it. Like it's goal and it's like it's goal. It's win or lose. It's not. There's no the in between doesn't matter to me. People die in the middle. Like that people worry too much of what happens in the middle with shit. Like, oh, how am I gonna do it? Where am I gonna do it? How this is it? Like people like live in that shit and they end up doing nothing. So I rather fucking fuck up. Oh shit, maybe my shit was misguided. Then I can retool. I can fuck up. Maybe example like just like even like relationships. There's some people that like nobody like very few people in relationships want to be an asshole, right? But what happens in a lot of relationships is ends up right. We know people end up cheating. There's a lot of freaking like treating people bad, all that type of stuff. Nobody wanted that to happen, but then at the end, and at the end, like a lot of people go through that, and then they end up being better people, right? So I don't, I don't know. That was again a little heavy. That was but I feel like that's sometimes you need to have those heavy conversations.
It's true.
It's a heavy week, man.
But yeah,
It's
definitely
been a
been a fucking
tough week.
heavy ass week, bro. Like,
It's been like Monique back in the 90s heavy.
or Big Pun. It's so
hard.
hard, yeah.
Do you
But
think when he made that song, like, it's so hard, he was just talking about getting up?
probably, huh?
Bro, huh?
But yeah. So I mean, I feel like we need to get we need to touch on like some news in my newfound home, Africa.
Your newfound... You...
I mean, I did a 23andMe, and I realized
Nigga, you're Jamaican!
yeah, I'm Jamaican, but I'm 60% Nigerian. And in Nigerian news, you know what happened?
Y'all scammed another a couple 100,000 old people?
Maybe, but if it makes you feel any better, they're all white.
It does make me feel better.
Exactly. So in African news, in Nigerian news, we got no more polio in Africa. We done. We got that shit cleared up.
Wait, polio was still a thing?
See? Exactly.
I didn't know polio was still a thing. Last time I read about polio was like in the 30s.
Exactly.
Nigga, you tell me Africa's had polio since white people cured polio, or like Africa's like, no, fuck y'all.
No, it's not that. I mean, they probably gave niggas, they probably didn't give niggas the plug. But anyways, yeah, we cured that shit. We polio free, nigga. And we don't really have, the one thing you haven't really heard about, fucking Corona is not really popping in Africa.
No, it's not. Bomb, 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 bomb.
Shit. But y'all motherfuckers think that all we do is fucking booty scratch out there while we not getting no Rona out there, you white devils. No, I'm joking. I got a little bit of white in me, so I'm not gonna call you all white devils.
A little white in you?
A little. I mean, I fucked that one. I won 2 black white thing. You know what I mean?
I won 2. Last time we were doing a podcast, it was 5.
5? Yeah, probably. That's. Oh yeah, I love living a life. But let's talk about like. Me as an honorary freaking Nigerian.
I'm rolling my eyes so hard right now.
Yo, wait till you fucking do your 23andMe.
I know there's gonna be white hair slavery. Okay,
I wasn't gonna say that. I mean, we all know that. Like, come on, like with your complexion, we know you were the first one in the master's bed. Ooh, jeez, that was disrespectful. That was plain disrespectful.
That was dark.
Yeah.
Just like your Nigerian roots.
I like that, but yeah. So I mean, I just want to just touch on it. Like, yeah, we cured polio. Shit, right? Let's clap. Let's clap. Now all we need to do is get all the Europe periods and the.
Do you call them Europe periods?
Yeah, Europe periods. Why can't I call them that? I just did.
That's disrespectful as shit.
Yeah,
period?
Okay. You know what's disrespectful?
Slavery.
Robbing, pillaging, and raping my people. That's disrespectful. So I'm gonna get to call. If they can do that, I can call them a Europe period.
All right, Europe period.
Okay, but what was crazy that our homie put us on is that like YouTube channel, uh, what is it called? What was that called?
Soft White Underbelly.
Yeah, that shit was that shit hit, bro. That shit was hard with the ER.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean,
So Soft White Underbelly essentially is a TV show where they do interviews with like people who live on the dark side of life, like who are like drug addicts, prostitutes, pimps, murderers. There's an inbred family on that bitch, like a real inbred family on that bitch. You got like it's pretty intense, bro. It's pretty like you know what I'm saying. Like I watched two of them this morning, and it was like the first dude was like a rapist.
whoa, what? Okay,
Let's unpack why. Okay, because I was so curious. I'm like, I wonder what a motherfucker like this has to say. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm conditioned to like hate these motherfuckers, and I'm like curious to see what a motherfucker like this had to say. And it's like he's just an all-out violent person. Like he's been convicted of every terrible crime you can think of: manslaughter, rape, molestation, like the whole thing. And then he talks about how his whole family like fucked with him as a kid, like molested him as a kid, and he was like raised this way. You know what he charged? Who he got charged? You know who got charged with raping at 16 years old? His fucking mom.
yo, that's some dancing with the devil shit.
It's some evil shit, bro.
You ever listen to a song by Immortal Technique?
Yes.
Dancing with the devil.
Yes.
So that, yo, maybe that shit's about him.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro, it was intense, dog. And I was like sitting there watching it, and I'm like, you watch these conversations with these people, especially when like, I'm trying to figure out if this is for real or this is what he tells himself to justify his shit, right? He's trying to like figure out like this is how he justifies his actions and shit. So it's like, and it's like you can tell this guy's like obviously on drugs or whatever, but he's like he's so damaged, and he's aware that that shit is wrong. Like he knows he's like at the time when I was younger, I had no idea that shit was wrong because it was being done to me all the time. So I just figured that's what you do. Like if you want something from somebody, you have to take it from them, right? And that's his thing. And then the next one I watched was like this she's a cute like light skinned girl talk about how she was an ex spa worker, and I was like, that doesn't sound interesting. And then I guess spa in LA is like really just like a fucking massage parlor, like a bathhouse kind of shit. And she was just like talking about it as like how she ended up getting in that situation. Like she wasn't a full out like prostitute or nothing. But like she would like give people handies on the regular, and like how the whole shit was set up and whatever. And it's like, yo, like it's so even from like just both these things, like the correlating factor, like she like it's like she was talking about how she was a kid. Her dad would constantly take her with him when he was cheating on her mom. So she would just always sleep at these people's houses and shit. That way her dad was like when her dad was like fucking the other women and shit. And it's like the correlating factor is like they're all very at a very young age exposed to like sexual shit early.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can definitely tell you're working the community. You work for what are you in school right now, my nigga? Yeah, I can definitely tell you you would have that take on it. I'm not gonna lie, that shit kind of inspired me.
Okay, this is gonna go super fucked up, but how's this inspiring you?
Like when I watched a lot of the stuff with the pimps and the bill collectors. Oh, bro, they be dropping some game on niggas. There's so much gems, my nigga. Like my nigga Don Juan.
The Don Juan one was pretty good too.
Bro, like my nigga said, yo, you don't go to jail for pimping. You go to jail for mispimping. Let's sink that in.
Let's unpack that bitch.
Right? You don't go to jail for pimping. You go for mispimping. Because let's be honest, pimping is the oldest profession to ever exist.
True.
Right? So that shit gonna be here till we die.
True.
And let's be honest. In the great words of Cat Williams, he said, "Aren't the government the biggest pimps in the world?"
Everything and every business and any form of business is a form of pimping.
Right? So, I mean, and we all trying to get chose. We all trying to get chose.
Exactly.
So I look at it like I said, like I'm not saying I'm gonna be pimping bitches.
You're not. Let's not. Yeah, you're not saying that.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna take some of these philosophies and the game and the gems that they dropped and use it to my business and how I approach certain things.
You can learn a lot from him.
Exactly.
Do you remember like back in the day when they have the old reggae like dancehall things like around town, and like literally half of that would just be pimps? The like dancehall spots, like the underground dancehall spots.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I feel like some of them were probably like some of our uncles.
Yeah, probably. But like, you actually ever talk to a pimp? They'll tell you some shit that you're like, oh, like they just see the world in like a way different way, where it's not good, it's not bad, it just is.
Yo, I swear, honestly, any good pimp is a philosopher.
Yeah.
Any good pimp is a philosopher. Like they be, like I said, like they be dropping like it'll be like, oh man, yo, this is how it is. I'm like, what is? It is what it is. I'm like, I know that term right there came from a pimp. It is what it is. I'm
It
like,
is what it is.
I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm like, and like one dude was talking about, he's like, he was talking about like his stable of hoes, and he's like I don't handcuff these hoes. He's like some of these girls were just made to pimp. I mean, made to be hoes, and he's like they gonna do what they do, and I'm here to let them do what they do. I'm like, very that doesn't sound aggressive at all.
Well, yeah, there's like pimping, and then there's like gorilla pimping. Gorilla.
Oh yeah, we know we know those guys.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And like gorilla pimping is mispimping. It's like the
Is it mispimping? I'm saying there's
gorilla pimping is essentially just sex trafficking. Pimping's like a whole.
I'm not going. I will not say that it's mispimping. I'm just saying it's not a very. It's a very short term business plan. It's like a get rich quick scheme.
Exactly. It's like you don't treat anything with the respect or the care. I think like as a pimp, you have like a successful pimp, you have to care. You have to care on at least a fundamental level about the girls in your stable, because it's like if you don't care about the product's gonna go to shit.
Yeah, you do have to care about the product to a certain extent, like the quality of it. But like
Yeah.
we're told that we're right now we're being told that we have to tread lightly. Honestly, I'm gonna.
We're at a soul. We're getting close to soulless right now.
Honestly, I'm treading lightly, but I might have to at one point Michael Phelps. Okay. No,
Tread lightly.
no. All I'm gonna all,
Dangerous, but tread lightly.
no. All I'm gonna say is that. No, I lost my thought. No, I lost my train. No, okay. So with the pimping, it's again, it's like I just think that I guess the way we were raised, I mean, like we happened to be around a lot of situations that a lot
Allegedly.
of people. No, let's not. Let's keep it on.
Allegedly.
Okay, I'm gonna only speak for myself. I know quite a bit of people that have been pimps, have been prostitutes, have been all these, like pretty much all the people that are on
So
this channel. I know a couple of these type of people, so it's kind of interesting to see that this is a like these people are like getting their. I mean, kind of like their time to shine, and like and to show that like these people are not so much different than us.
yeah.
Because I never like when I looked at these people that I grew up with and like that were some of them were uncles, some of them were just family friends. Like I didn't look at them as like these like crazy like terrible people. Right? I looked at them like I said, like normal people because they treated me like just as good as anybody. Like if not, a lot of these people treated me better than people that were doctors or healthcare workers or even just like counselors.
Right.
So I just always look at them in a different light, and I think it's interesting to see that on like there being a channel or some type of platform to showcase that.
I agree with that.
But I mean, I think that we should. I mean, we're almost at the tail end of the episode, and I want to
Yes, sir.
and I want to dedicate it to the man that we all know as Chadwick Boseman.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
I mean, he just passed from cancer. Didn't I honestly at 43? I didn't even know this nigga was 43. This nigga looks younger than me.
Yo, he literally looked maybe late 20s, early 30s.
And I like everybody knows probably that's listening to this podcast. They know I don't really fuck with superheroes, but this man, like, I feel like him playing that and him embodying that and him being pretty much, I feel like he encompassed that role is very commendable, and he did so much for the culture. I'm appreciative of him just on the fact that he played that role for even like some of my younger siblings. Like before that, like I never saw superheroes like him. Like so, I never connected with them. And so I pretty much disassociated myself for any superhero. But after he played the Black Panther role, I know that my little brother, like in his mind now, he can be a superhero. So I want to give it up to you for not only being Black Panther, for you. What movie did we were we just watching, Gerald, that he was in?
Uh, 21 Bridges?
Yeah, 21. And then even when he played as
James Brown?
yeah, and then he played him.
Jackie Robinson?
Yeah, I like that's one. That's
Bruh, he was in. Chadwick made a career of playing like strong black characters, like not just like not just doing a perfect thing. Like he played James Brown with all his flaws. Like that was important. He made a point of like showing that like what his legacy would be was like he would good or bad we were people and he was trying to uplift us and like him playing Black Panther as somebody who does like comic books. I was never really like super into Black Panther. I was more into like Luke Cage because of for like black heroes. Like something about the King thing, and I couldn't relate to that. And then seeing that movie and how he did that shit, and like I was like, yo, this man really sold that shit, and it's rough, dog, because it's like I feel like we just brothers and sisters in general, we've been having a rough 2020, bro. Like it felt like another hero is gone. We lost him and we lost Kobe in the same year and shit. Like it's and we gotta keep watching us losing each other every fucking other week apparently right now. You know what I mean?
but you know what though I'm kind of pissed off about. I'm pissed off about like the media.
Oh fuck them 100%.
No. The reason why is because these niggas like TMZ and shit. They can find information about everybody, everything. They can find out like where your mama stay at, where what fucking what time of month your period is. They can find everything, but they could find one time at all that this nigga had cancer
For 4 years?
for 4 motherfucking years. This guy's been fighting.
Keep that 100. Let's just
Like
talk
how?
about
Like
that.
how? Yo, see, that's how I know the media's on some bullshit. They be trying to hide that shit. They only want to put shit that they want to hear. This nigga, come on, you couldn't find one time that this nigga came out the clinic when you can find fucking like right when like you can find out when Beyonce's pregnant before Beyonce know, but you can't find fucking when this nigga's fighting cancer for 4 years. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling you, yo, 4 years, and he played all those movies.
Hard. Like you.
He did the Captain America movie. He did Thurgood. He did James Brown. He did the Avengers movies. He did Black Panther. He did all that shit, and this motherfucker had cancer.
My nigga, I can't even. I don't know if I could do one of those things, and I have no cancer. I fucking fully fit. I mean, shit. Like this nigga was damn near really a superhero. He pretty much did what Lance Armstrong did without the steroids. Goddamn. Shit, but again, we're fucking appreciative of you, Chadwick. Condolences to you and your family. I mean, hopefully you're looking down on us. Send us some guidance.
Yeah, let us know how Kobe and Gianna are, you know?
Yeah, tell us, say what's up to, all the homies.
Make sure George and Jacob are doing all right.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, like I said, I really fucking I love talking shit. I love being, funny guy, but there's really not too much to be fun about. I mean, this is we lost a real one, and I mean, anytime we lose a real one, we want to give them their flowers. And to be completely honest, I freaking I feel like we should end it. We should end it here, like
Yeah.
on fucking on that note. Again, we're here with the Plain Disrespectful podcast.
Disrespectful.
This is Pretty Boy Shoy, Shoyan, Wright.
Grizzy Wynter.
Yeah, and tune in next week. We're gonna have something special for you. But again, uh, rest in peace, Black Panther.
Rest in peace, Black
One.
Panther. One.